Spring might still feel like a little way off, but this is one of the most important times of the year in the garden. The seeds and seedlings we grow over the next few weeks will become the harvests we're picking through spring and summer. Today I'm planting out some winter crops that will carry us through the season, checking on the seedlings I've already started and sowing the next round so there's always something growing. Hi and welcome back to Riff's Little Veggie Patch. We're right in that exciting transition between winter and spring. Some crops are still producing beautifully, while others we need to get started now if we want a continuous harvest in the coming months. So I still have a lot of winter veggies producing, which I'm happy about, as these will take us through in spring as well. And I'm still going to be planting more brassicas out to keep us going for a few more months. Another little baby broccoli there, some more cabbage. Nice big red one getting larger there. Got more cabbage down in here, and I'm actually going to start some more today too, just so we've got cabbage to make coleslaw and things as it warms up. These purple sprouting broccoli, they're absolutely massive, but they're just not producing. There's no head. These have been growing for months and there's no heads on them yet, so I'm definitely not planting this again next year, because look how much room it has taken up in this bed compared to the size of a broccoli plant. This is the only one that looks promising for something to produce, but there's still nothing in there, so don't know whether to rip these out so I've just got more room for regular broccoli or persevere. I've just been trying to wait for them to do something for months and nothing's happening yet, so they might get ripped out today. So even though I'm preparing for the spring garden, I still have all the winter food still producing, like the potatoes and the onions. I've got tons of potatoes along here, and I'm going to be starting more today as well. These ones are almost due to be harvested. More potatoes all around there. And the onions are still, they're taking their time. As it gets warmer, they'll start to get bigger. Got all these onions in here still producing, still growing. And the garlic is still looking a bit puny, but I think they'll get bigger as it warms up too. I've got sweet pea growing up this trellis, which has taken its sweet time to flower, but I think very soon, finally going to get some flowers on this sweet pea. And I'm hoping it keeps growing, covers the whole trellis, because it will look beautiful. So I've got all these spots here to plant out more brassicas, and I have been continuing to succession plant as the space becomes available, which is giving us a continuous supply of brassicas through the winter. So the warmer winter has made this peach tree burst out into flower. It's covered in flowers. It's starting to get first leaves breaking through. So I'm hoping this year we're going to get a ton of peaches over this peach tree. And the cherry tree looks like it's starting to break dormancy there, but because it's been such a mild winter, I don't know if we're going to get cherries off this one this year. So it'll be very interesting to see. We've only had about 2 nights of temperatures around the 7-degree mark. If it does fruit, I'll be very, very happy. And it looks like my little lychee tree may be getting some flowers. So that is cool. The nectarine tree is flowering. And I'll show you the tree, my peach tree out the back, which is loaded with flowers. Even the apple tree has started flowering. It's all very early. And my dwarf Hass avocado is covered in flower buds, and it's only been in the ground for about 6 months, so it's going to be very interesting to see if these buds turn into avocados. That'll be exciting. This mulberry tree is starting to produce some fruit as well. So it looks like we'll be getting mulberries again this year, which is awesome. Okay, this peach tree here, this is the super dwarf sunset peach, is absolutely loaded with flowers. And they have these double flowers on them, which then turn into double peaches. There's one here. So I don't know if you can see that here. There's like 3 peaches in there. Last year all of these fell off, so I'm really hoping that this year we'll actually get some fruit off this, because I haven't tried these yet. These are a white clingstone peach, which I think will taste beautiful, so fingers crossed all the fruit hangs on this year. And this blueberry bush is just covered in berries. It was loaded with flowers and they've all turned into berries. But I don't know if they're going to be very big because there's been no bees around to pollinate them. So hopefully they'll still get to good size and taste good. But every single plant along here has got flowers and fruit, and tons of it. This one's got heaps of decent size fruit on it too. That's very exciting. And this tiny little one over here's got 4 blueberries on it as well. And it's the tiniest little plant. Look how big it is. And it's already producing. My fruit salad tree that I purchased last year at Queensland Garden Show, it's got blooms on it everywhere as well. So this is a peach and a nectarine in one. And we have a little peach there and another one there. And there's tons more buds expanding. So I want to get some more of these. I've got 2 of these red queen cabbages here that I want to plant out in this little space here where I've just harvested some broccoli. It's a New South Wales, Queensland thing. I think New South Wales say broccoli, Queensland say broccoli. So every time I say broccoli in my videos, I get a comment about it. So I grew up in New South Wales and I moved to Queensland when I was 21. So I still sometimes say broccoli. Most of the time I say broccoli. It's a regional thing. I don't know which one's correct. Apparently broccoli is correct. I don't know why we say broccoli up here, but it is what it is. So I just want to get this cabbage in the ground. Even though it's a winter crop, well, it grows in winter here. So I'm just getting a few more into the garden, even though we're almost at the end of winter now. But these will be ready to pick during spring so that we can enjoy coleslaw once the weather warms up, along with potatoes that I'll be succession harvesting over the next few weeks to have like potato salad and coleslaw, which is one of my favorite things to eat, just as the weather's starting to warm up. So it's always a good idea to just have plants ready to go so that you've got a continuous supply of food. And I will come through and add a bit of fertilizer in the next few days so that these cabbage got plenty of food to get big and strong before it gets too hot, because the broccoli has probably taken a lot of the nutrients out of here. Okay, so they're in, so we'll give them a water. So that was red queen cabbage. So I've got some cauliflower here, which I think is the Serenity variety, which is a commercial F1 variety that grows very, very well. Even though I'm not a huge fan of cauliflower, and I have 3 to plant here, someone did give me the idea in last week's video to make cauliflower rice with it, so which I thought was a really good idea, so thank you to the person who suggested that. So, but yeah, definitely not going to plant as many cauliflower seedlings next winter. But they do grow very well, I must admit. And it's starting to rain again. And I've got a sad looking tomato plant there. This is a Cherokee purple. I don't know what's happened to it. I don't think I'll bother planting it, because I might plant it and see what happens. Okay, so I've started some tomatoes. This is the Sugar Lump tomato, which is a cherry style, which is a new one for this year. And this one is Sneaky Sauce, which is a dwarf variety paste tomato, I'm guessing. So they've all sprouted, and I've got some Amish paste there as well. I've also got some eggplant and capsicums and chilies, but they haven't sprouted yet. because they take a bit longer than the tomatoes. I'll show you those varieties now. And also got some apricota cosmos flowers, some zinnia scabiosa, and some pink cosmos, which is, they have sprouted, and some more aurora broccoli over here, which are coming along nicely, and I'll plant those out probably in a week when they get a little bit bigger. So that was the Black Beauty, the eggplant variety there. Capsicum was Jimmy Nardello, which sounds spicy, but I don't think it is. So that's a new one I'm trying out this season. And Emerald Giant Capsicum, because I'm keen to grow big capsicum, so we'll see how that goes. And the chilies were from Lauren, who I grew one of her seeds last year and it did really well, so I've still got some of her seeds left over that I've replanted. So hopefully they'll all germinate soon. Got some dill. I need to replant this dill because it germinated but then it died. I think it was a bit too warm because I've had the greenhouse cover over these to keep it warm through the days and nights. Because the dill was in here, I think it was a bit too warm for it. So I'm going to take that one out and replant it and put some more tomatoes in here. So we'll pop that one there. I'm going to do another sun gold because the plant out there, even though it's still going, I want to start another one so that I can continuously have cherry tomatoes through spring and summer. And I'm going to try a Grosse Lizée, which is seeds that I saved from a plant last year, which is a slicing tomato. So I'm going to do one each of those. I'm going to do tomato moneymaker for a slicing tomato as well, just one of those. And I've got a few varieties here of Roma tomatoes. So I'm going to pop those in too because they're a determinate variety, so they don't get very big. So I'm going to try and choose more determinate variety tomatoes so they only get to about here. They produce all their fruit at once because the vining tomatoes just get out of control. So I'm going to try and limit those this spring and summer. So I've got 6 cells here, so I'll just pop those in. I have my own seed raising mix, which is a mixture of cocoa core, potting mix, cells potting mix, worm castings. I think that's it. So I've just got my little dibbler thing here just to pop some dents in here. I'll do one sun gold. I'm sure I have an open packet somewhere. I'm going to try these Roma tomatoes. VF. I don't know what that means. High yield of fruit with speary flavour. So, what have I got there? 2 Amish paste, 2 of those, 1 of those. I might do 3 of those. Actually, I'll do 4. Because I want to do a bit of canning this year. After watching the Four Corners story about how our tomatoes come from China, I've decided to can my own products. And then 1 of the Moneymaker. Alright, let's cover those up. I like to pat them down so they get good contact with the soil. And then we'll do some labels. Okay, so Roma, Grosse Lizée, I think that's how it was. Oh, okay, so they're done. I'm also going to do some more coriander, which is some seeds I saved from 2 years ago that have done well. And some cos lettuce, more of that. I do have a big row growing out there, but I want to start some more for summer. So these ones I saved from October 2025, and I've written these are good ones, so pop some more of those in. I'm going to start some more of these apricota cosmos flowers because they are beautiful. I'll start some more dill. And the beans that I'm going to start, even though it's a little bit early, these are dwarf snap beans and these are Kentucky Wonder Butter beans, climbing beans. So I'm going to start those two today as well. Do 6 of these. Push them down quite deep. The bigger the seed, the further they need to be in the potting mix. So these butter beans are like a brown colour. Very interesting. Might just do 4 of those. I also added more lettuce, dill, coriander, lemongrass, pink and apricot cosmos, and zinnia scabiosa flowers. So that is everything planted out now. So we've got most of our spring seedlings in. Only thing I haven't started yet is cucumbers and corn, but I'm gonna wait for a few more weeks before I start those until probably the end of August when it warms up a little bit more. So the tomatoes I cover at night and during the day if it's a bit cooler with the plastic greenhouse cover, and the flowers as well. But the broccoli and dill, lettuce and all those, the cooler crops, I just leave the lid off because they don't need to stay as warm as these. So that'll keep them nice and warm overnight and during the day because we get good sun here during the day. It's amazing to think that all these tiny seedlings will soon be filling our kitchen with fresh food. Gardening always reminds me that abundance starts long before harvest day. It starts with the small jobs we do now. I'd love to know what you are planting in your garden this month. Let me know in the comments below because I always enjoy seeing what everyone is growing around Australia and around the world. Thanks for watching and I'll see you next week.